Hi friends, today I will tell you about the history of the Ram Mandir and the Ram Janmabhoomi, and let us not a political or a religious angle to it. This mandir which is there in Ayodhya, Uttar Pradesh is the place of birth of Ram, which is the principal deity of the Hindus. I will just go over the history in a chronological manner and leave it for you to think. This Ram Mandir, which is in Ayodhya, and many believe that it is on the site of the Ram Janmabhoomi, which is the birthplace of Rama, like I told you, which is a principal deity of the Hinduism. This site is the former location of the Babri Masjid mosque, which was built in the 16th century, and it is said that idols of Rama and Sita were placed in the mosque in 1949 before it was attacked and demolished in 1992. So, this former location of the Babri Masjid, which was built on the 16th century, is basically a mosque which was built in 1528 by the commander of the Mughal Empire, Mir Baqi, who constructed this mosque under the order of Babur on the site of the Ram Janmabhoomi, which is supposedly the birthplace of Rama. The earliest record of the mosque may be traced back to 1767 in the Latin book De Scripto Indiana, authored by the Jesuit missionary Joseph Teufelsdiener. According to him, the mosque was constructed by destroying the Ramkot temple, which is believed to be the fortress of Rama in Ayodhya, and the Bedi, where the birthplace of Ram is situated. The first instance of religious violence was documented in 1853. In December 1858, the British administration prohibited Hindus from conducting puja or any ritual at the contested site. A platform was created for conducting these rituals outside the mosque. This was basically a funda of the Britishers of divide and rule. Later on the night of 22nd and 23rd December 49, the murtis of Rama and Sita were installed inside the Babri Masjid, and a flock of devotees began to gather the next day. In 1950, the state took control of the mosque under Section 145 of the CRPC and allowed Hindus and not Muslims to perform their worship at this site. In the 1980s, the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, belonging to the Hindu nationalist family of the Sangh Parivar, launched a movement to reclaim the site for the Hindus and erect a temple dedicated to the Ram Lalla at this spot. The VHP began to collect funds and bricks with Jai Shri Ram inscripted on it. Later on, the government under the Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi gave the VHP permission for Shilaanyas to proceed with the then Home Minister Bhutta Singh, who formally conveyed the permission to the VHP leader Ashok Singhal. However, on 9th of November 1989, a group of VHP leaders and sadhus laid the foundation stone by digging a 200-liter pit adjacent to the disputed land. And as this was happening, on 6th of December 1992, the VHP and the Bharatiya Janata Party organized a rally at this site involving 150,000 volunteers who were known as Kar Sevaks. These people in the rally turned violent, and the crowd overwhelmed the security forces and tore down this mosque. And due to this, there were intercommunal riots and violence, and this was reported in many forms in the national and the international media. On the 5th of July 2005, 5 terrorists attacked the makeshift Ram temple at the destroyed Babri Masjid site. But however, the CRPF was successful in disseminating all these five terrorists. After this, the Archaeological Survey of India did a thorough retrospection, and it was found that there was a site of a Hindu temple before the mosque. Keeping this in view, the Supreme Court's verdict on the Ayodhya dispute in 2019 decided that the disputed land be handed over to a trust formed by the Government of India for construction of a Ram temple, and this trust was to be named Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra. And the permission on the 5th of February 2020 was announced by the Parliament of India under the government under the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and a plan was accepted for the construction of the temple. And 2 days later, 5 acres of land were allocated for a new mosque to be built 22 kilometers away from Ayodhya in Dhanipur village. So, after all these happenings, on 5th of August 2020, the Bhumi Pujan for the commencement of the construction of the Ram Mandir was performed by the present Prime Minister, and on 22nd of January 2024, for the Mukha Yajman of rituals for the event, performed the Pran Pratishthan, and the ceremony was organized by this trust. However, there have been many controversies surrounding this issue. So it is up to you to think and give your comments in the comment box below, and I will request you to share and like this video and subscribe to our channel. Jai Hind.